Hi, welcome to Modern Daze. Welcome back to Modern Daze. This is the last flashback that we're going to be doing. Modern Daze is a system that I've created based heavily off of the Dimension 20 show, Unsleeping City, as well as other influences commented, listed in the description below the video. Let's meet our players, starting with Kyle.
Hi, my name's Carl, and I play Cadman, the Paladin.
Ken?
Hi, I play a Irish fellow called Liam O'Brien.
Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom, and I play Raphy Matthews.
Andy?
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm playing Baron, who is another paladin.
Not our last player, because they're not here yet. But
Someone you've never met before.
Someone you fully never met before, Ian.
Hi, I'm playing Devil Knight, who is a blade singer.
Yeah. Yes, and of course we have a missing player at the moment. He is just running a little bit late, and will join us later on. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
If he switched his computer on in time.
Yeah.
And he plays a dog.
And he does play the dog.
The dog
he plays
that talks.
Hendrix. Sweet Hendrix. Okay. So, last we left off, we'd seen the 4 other flashbacks. I believe it's 4 other.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 in total. That's right.
Yep.
Various things were happening. All of these things that are happening, though being days, weeks, sometimes months apart, are all in chronological order.
Yep.
Some of you may have noticed that some things might be linked, some things are not linked, until perhaps much later on in the story. Some things might be relevant, some things might not. We're currently at the day when Sergeant, I think of his name now. Sorry, guys.
It's someone.
It's Spence Clemens, thank you. Has organised some auxiliary help in hunting and tracking down one of these masked people that had infiltrated the ICC, which on the outside is just a normal mundane building for meetings and business people, but as the Mage world knows, it is in fact the hub of the Mage's Council, secretly tucked in the extra dimensional spaces in between.
And this is in Birmingham, isn't it?
This is in Birmingham. We are starting just outside of Birmingham, outside the city. You've been brought to a meeting place, and the people present are currently Sergeant Spence Clemens, and we have our players currently, which is Liam O'Brien, Baron, and Darrell Knight, who has been, each of you have in turn been asked by respective superiors to attend and use your skills in finding this person. The masked man has become a particular interest, as they have scryed upon him and found that he is in fact still in the mundane realm. He has not fled back into fairy yet. In fact, they think that potentially he's avoiding going back into fairy, so it is currently down to the mages on this side of the fence to hunt him down.
So, do we know what the connection is with the fairy? Because why would they assume? Why are they surprised he's not fled to the fairy realm?
So the explanation they give is that it was found out that this was Fae people attacking. They don't actually know whether or not the people themselves are Fae, just that the black dogs are very much Fae and haven't been seen in some time.
Okay, so they're sort of
they're placing a connection, and they have an interest in whoever it is, whether they're Fae or not.
Have I got any knowledge of the black dogs from my time in fairy?
No, actually. You can make me. You and Darrell. Darrell can make me history checks.
Can
Couch sheet open, yeah.
Baron, it's very unlikely for you to
no. It's more
No.
more. Can I by describing them? Can I give them advantage or anything?
You may choose one person to give advantage to.
Who have you worked with before?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't think there's this
Either of them.
kind of either both.
Right. Can you
Not the same.
remind me what? Well, actually, let me describe Beren. If you can then describe
Yes.
Liam and Darrell in turn, guys. So,
Okay.
Beren is about 6'2", I think. Very heavily built. Man in a with ginger hair and a long coat. There's a long coat and it's sort of got practical, because we're going on an expedition, practical walking clothes underneath, but wearing a long coat.
Okie dokie.
Liam looks a lot like his picture. He's wearing a leather coat. He's about 5'11".
Can we see that picture?
In roll 20.
Are you on roll 20 right now? Can you guys see my lovely thing I spent a lot of time creating?
I've just got,
My-
no,
my start screen.
I need to scroll out. Sorry.
Yeah, go to 30. It's about there that everything kind
Okay.
of comes into. Also, I spent a lot of time making this. If you notice on the little iPad, it's got a link to our Monday nights DD game.
Yeah, I thought I did spot that actually.
I love the
Very
fact
proud
there
of
are
myself.
Little pins of wet places that we've gone to as well.
So you can see the sort of chiseled look of Beren there, and so Liam looks like that.
Yeah.
But you look like a man of the wilderness. Yeah. What's Darrell look like?
Darrell's a slight character. He's quite tall. He's 6 foot tall. Wears his hair quite long, definitely over his ears. He is dressed in a black leather duster with a black t-shirt underneath it and black jeans and biker boots. He is clearly a Jim Butcher fanboy. He's dressed the part. He also comes with a staff,
Right.
a carved staff.
Purely on the basis that he looks like he's some kind of wizard and Liam doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
give advantage to to Darrell,
Yeah.
even though I've seen what your advantage roll is.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
that the advantage is unfortunately already.
Yeah. But that's who I would
But
give it to.
yes, based on looks and everything like that, that's absolutely valid. Plus, you do get a little bit of a bad feeling about, well, not bad feeling, just this Liam guy gives you the creeps. It's just something weird about him. Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
Sorry, is that the character of the player? Sorry.
The player.
All of the above.
I'm joking. Okay. So you all meet up at a designated location. Seems to be a scout hut of some kind. The other people there is obviously this Sergeant Clemens. He is accompanied by two other people. I will show. I think I've shared this picture of Sergeant Clemens.
Yeah.
I'm
We've
just
seen that,
going to. Don't know if it's.
He's a massive guy, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's not actually that tall. He's sort of like mid-height for a gentleman, but certainly well built. Obviously in the picture you can see that looks like police gear. A lot of people especially in the Order of the Shield tend to wear their own very plain sort of combat gear. It's all very expensive stuff, but it's not marked in any way, not like the pictures have. You're gonna have to use your imagination.
I've just twigged who he reminds me of. He reminds me of the sergeant from Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs. I'm sorry, he does.
Shut up, Tom.
As Darrell walks in the room,
Yep.
he's going to walk up to Spence, put his fist out for a fist bump, and go, "Right, Spence, how you doing?"
Okay, yeah. He goes, "You right, mate?" And he sort of fist pumps you back. And he
And I'd also say, are we all right? I didn't really know she's your sister. Sorry, mate. And then,
That's not funny. That's not
just,
funny. We've
just
talked
walk-
about this. It's not funny.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm sorry.
We can take this outside.
Honestly.
We can make it an
it's fine.
unofficial
I'm
business.
just trying to apologise.
He kind of thumps you on the shoulder, laughs at you, and goes, "Sit the fuck down, man." There's two other people in this room, other than the two other players. One of them is sitting on a chair at a table. It looks like these chairs and tables are obviously made for children, but he's sort of crouched himself down in one of them and is sort of like leaning back on the two legs.
Are we the kids' school then?
No, in the scout hut.
Scout hut.
Oh, sorry, Scout Hut.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
Sorry. It's just like a building in the middle of the woods at the moment.
Yep.
So this is a guy that you were introduced to as Seth Woodard. He's wearing exactly that gear. So he's wearing a t-shirt that says "Nurses do it better." You notice that he has a slight American twang to his accent. Not massively, because I can't do American accents. And there is a woman who is introduced to you as Val Black. Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. Show to players. There we go. And she is as she seems on the thing.
Is that scars that she's got, or is that runes?
Yeah. Scars.
And the other guy had runes on his hands.
The other guy, was it runes?
Or is it just tattoos or something?
No. That's just a magical effect at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
He without the magical effect, he looks just like a normal dude.
Right.
As much as the Kurt Cobain looking motherfucker can look like a
normal
dude.
Normal
Kurt Cobain.
Right, and
You're all gathered.
is Spence sort of openly carrying firearms as displayed in the picture?
So, like with this this guy who seems to know Spence, who I don't know if you've all introduced yourself yet by name. Spence probably would have said, "This is Mr. Liam O'Brien," blah, 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 unless any of you specifically said at the beginning of this meeting to not mention names. He's going just to introduce you all. The guy known as Darrell has a weapon, which you notice is staff. Has that kind of shimmer over it that you can see, but you know is the Daze. So when a normal mundane person would see this, their brain would automatically interpret it, because of the magic, the glamour that's on it, as a walking stick or something similar.
Gotcha.
No, it wouldn't just be totally invisible. So things, if you walk around, so a problem with a lot of this, someone like Cadman, a full gargoyle, if he was to walk around just in his full gargoyle self, the Daze would have a hard time concealing all of it. So he would be considered a breach in the in that masquerade, in the glamour. Another person with a weapon that's hidden by the Daze is obviously Spence. All of his gear seems to have that touch of glamour over it. And Liam, also, I believe you have on your back is it collapsed, or is it a full bow?
It's a full bow.
I thought it was one of those collapsible ones.
I can't remember what we said. It looks like a backpack. I thought we said in normal.
Yeah, if you're wearing it on your back, it's likely that the Daze will make it look like a backpack.
Yeah.
But if it's just on your back, slung over your back, then it will probably look like one of those chavvy fucking sports bags, which they wear across their bags, their backs. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly that.
So, is my sword, does that have the Daze on it? Does that look like it's a cavalry saber?
Only when you draw it.
Okay.
Because for you don't look like you're carrying anything. You just look like a normal ass guy as far as we're aware.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then obviously when you draw it, you all being accustomed to the magical world don't even notice the Daze anymore. It's like realizing there's it's seeing the man behind the puppet sort of thing.
And does any weapon that we're holding automatically have the daze on it, or does it have to be enchanted with them?
It has to be registered with the Mages Guild to receive that coverance.
Of my various weapons, the only one is my sword.
So obviously anything else that's not declared, unfortunately, is not covered by and then you would be in trouble with the Mages Guild.
Well, has anyone told me off for shooting a pistol at the in the Mages Guild at the guy?
No, I think that honestly, it was just a lot of confusion, a lot of things happening. I didn't think of it, so neither did they. That's how it works.
Okay.
I'll remember it for next time, though. So well done. So Spence, Sergeant Clemens addresses you all, and he says, "Look, the Order of the Shield are out doing their thing. We can't find this guy, and the captain's on my ass about it. Darrell, you know the captain is Mortimer Fitzwarren, and he's a hard ass about things being done. Needs to be done yesterday, like. So Spence is like, we're calling in every resource we have to find this guy, because we're coming up empty and it's going really badly. Both Baron and Liam, your respective superiors, as we'll call them. So for you, Andy, it's Miss Ashcroft.
Yeah.
Mercy Ashcroft. And Liam, it's Dr. Westfield.
Yeah.
You know that they have been incredibly busy over the past week and a half. Things have just been going horribly wrong politically in the Mage world. There's a huge uproar, lots of tension. It's really bad. Things, a lot of talks are happening between Fey rulers and the Mages Council at the moment, so lots of meeting happening. Not at the ICC, because that was breached, so they've had to choose other places to host these meetings, which has obviously caused another load of problems. But yeah, there's essentially the crux of this is we need to find out who these people were, to find out whether it's the Fey side invading or the Mage side. Whoever's at fault needs to resolve it. He gives you a debrief about what has been seen about this guy. All they know is that this guy was the guy wearing the mask that had been seen by Mercy Ashcroft and Balthazar Fitzwarren. The two member of the senior council in that meeting.
So he's not aware that I fought this guy.
He's aware, yeah, but like in terms of the authority is saying that they've seen him specifically. Mm-hmm. This is the guy we want. The woman at the moment is a background. We don't really care about her. This is the guy we want. So they are sending people out in groups to literally comb the all of Britain, frankly, because of the nature of magic and things like that. You can go from place to place. So they know that this guy can be scryed upon, but not his location. His location is not revealed when they scry upon him. So he has some kind of magical enchantment that lets that happen, either his ability or an item or something he has. And other than that, he's obviously very quick. They identified the spell he cast when he was in the room, which was Expeditious Retreat. So he has that. And they're going to send you out to go find this guy. Very conveniently, you're going to split into two groups, which of course is you three and them three.
Okay.
Just because I'm not NPCing three other fucking NPCs for this. Yes, I have learned my I have not learned my lesson. You begin in this area, so you guys have been given a quadrant, for lack of a better word, to search in. It is they believe that this guy is going to either be trying to find some way into Fairy, potentially, or he has a place that he's keeping that is affected by the day. So there's going to be something magical around where he's living or staying or hiding, because he hasn't been seen by normal means. Again, the scrying. So they send you out into the woods. So anybody that is proficient in survival can make me a survival check. I suppose anybody can make me a survival check, but obviously for reasons of finding. Right, okay. Ian, are you going to do one or no?
Yeah, go on then. No, it's not going to get us anywhere. But
Sorry,
I done it in roll 20.
That's all right. It came up, so that's fine. Oh, have you got a +0 to your survival?
I have got +0 to my survival. Hence why.
It's weird that I'm not trained in it, being a ranger, but
yeah. I thought, to be honest, I thought you were going to be the one, but
yeah,
it's fine. It's all good.
I don't know why. Maybe I chose a background that didn't get it.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look.
Sorry, I have actually got +1 in obviously this character sheet on the.
What terrain are we in?
Woodlands.
We're in woodlands, so that should be 13 because I double my proficiency bonus.
Yeah. So, okay. So I think sort of between you all,
Baron's over there.
Yeah, Baron finds that it just sort of like.
I shall say to the pair of you, we weren't formally introduced. Please call me Baron. I was at the ICC when these people attacked, and I fought. And if he hadn't fled, I drove him away. If he hadn't fled, I would have killed, I'm sure, this man that we seek. And I don't know, maybe I feel that this would be a good direction to head in. I don't know.
Yeah, from the size of this guy, you gather that there are certain avenues within this forest that he's just not going to make it down. There's like little squeezy places, and by just knowing that he's not going to get over in those brambles over there and he's not going to go over there, you kind of find a path that is most likely where he's gone. We have a Ben. Hey.
Random benefits.
Watch Andy rush to fix
all of them. Oh yeah. Everything's gone absolutely tits up.
Let's just give.
Carry on. I'll just.
No, that's right.
Darrell will go over. So okay. Name's Darrell. You lead on, big man.
And I believe Baron does. He sort of.
When you said about big man not being able to fit down paths, are you meaning me or are you meaning the guy I fought?
No, the guy you fought.
Was he that?
I'm trying to give you a. No, just in terms of like he was not super slight, so he wouldn't fit that. It was just a flavour reason for why you scored so hard. That's all right. So yeah, you start tracking this path, and you do end up at a couple of dead ends, but not as many. You are quite far away from where Sergeant Clemens and his team have gone, though they do seem to keep in touch with you. I'm going to say he gave you a sendings. No, he just straight up gives you a mobile phone because this is the 21st century. So he just gives you a crappy Nokia. It's nothing special, but it's just a way to keep in touch should you find anything.
I shall take his number and put it in my smartphone because I'm not a complete frigging Luddite.
Absolutely. Well, okay, so he you have a way to keep in contact with them as long as you stay on this plane of existence. Should be easy.
You're telling me mobile phones don't work across different planes of existence?
No, of course not. Where's the tower in Fairy? Tell me.
That's a bit shit.
Well, yeah, see? um, bless you. Okay, you end up following this path, this trail, and fairly early on, it's about an hour and a half in, but you do find some evidence of somebody being this far into the woods, which is unusual because this isn't a place. This particular wooded area is not a touristy destination. It's not a place where people should usually be. And you start recognizing a couple of natural phenomena which are a little bit more associated with magical things. Your regular old little mushroom circles, those sort of things that kind of appear around places where magic has been cast, or things like that.
Okay. I should be pointing out these the signs that I'm picking up on and so on, because clearly both of these men need a bit of education on how to follow trails. I would expect.
You see that Liam seems to be quite okay with it, but just that he's off his game today for some reason.
He couldn't spot the trail, so he couldn't.
I need to talk to you about this afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Off my game, obviously. Today.
Today, yeah. It's quite bright out, so
doesn't matter.
Sun gets in your eyes.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So, you come across almost like a veil. You could feel yourself sort of entering it, and you know that this part of the woods is often. In fact, everyone make me nature checks. That's probably the best way to do it. Nature or Arcana, actually.
Yeah,
that's much better.
Yeah.
I can follow things, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Oh, poor Liam. I'm sorry, mate. Darrell, it's very obvious for you what this is. This is a place that is hidden by the Daze from mundane people, so that they're often, maybe if they've accidentally sort of wandered into this path, they'll feel a need to turn around and go back the other way. You guys, being accustomed to this sort of thing, don't even notice it. You just go into this area, the feeling washing over you of the Daze as it sort of tries to protect this glade area that you're in. And you see a little bit further down in front of you is like a lake. Not a massive one, a fair sized one, but it's just in the middle of this woods is a body of water, and I'm just going to ask for a perception check as well. Anybody that wants to make it. Again, Baron sees everything but doesn't know what it is.
I suspect that if it comes to some combat, I'm going to be absolutely shit.
All right. Baron, you look out into the middle of this. In fact, all three of you look out into the middle of this.
Mine should be 25.
25. Is that is it not popped up?
It's favoured terrain. I double my proficiency bonus.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I see. With the
that'd be 22 then. It's not doubling the whole bonus, just your proficiency.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yep.
Sorry. Yep.
22. Everybody sees the floating body face down in the middle of the lake. It's about 60 foot away from you. Baron and Liam, whilst Darrell's out looking at this body in the middle of the water, you two notice something in the water quickly duck down.
Is it a duck?
It's a duck, yeah. That's what this campaign's about.
A
Hidden ducks.
demonic
No.
possessed duck, undoubtedly.
I'll do it.
Jesus, that duck's dynamite.
It's sort of like a greyish thing just out the corner of your eye. As you look round, it's disappeared.
Who's got actually the mobile phone that Spence gave us?
I don't know. Liam or Darrell, which one of you wants a mobile phone?
Darrell's happy to have it.
He probably gave it to you, to be fair, since you know each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right. I shall look at my own mobile phone.
Yep.
Read off some grid coordinates of where we are.
Yep.
According to this wonderful thing called Google Maps.
Yep.
And say to Darrell, text that location to Spence.
Have you not got what 3 words?
I got.
Even better.
What 3 words? Before you do that, of course.
Keeping my eye on that, spotting the lake and the body of water in general.
Yeah, absolutely. You can make me a investigation check, Liam. Baron, you're looking at your phone, and you're looking at the coordinates.
18.
And the coordinates are not finding where you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, what I say to Darrell is, Darrell, check if you've got a signal on the phone. I think we're somewhere where magic is interfering with electronics.
I'm going to draw my bow as well.
And I'm also going to put my phone away and then draw, first of all, from one inside pocket my sword, and then from another inside pocket my shield.
Okie dokie. So you're just drawing weapons. Liam, you go to the edge of the water and you're looking around.
I'm not going right up to the edge. I just said I was keeping an eye on the
That's fair.
Body of water.
You do see, with that investigation, you do see some marks of something on the window. First of all, you see the footprints of the of something that had led into the water. And if you follow the line, you can see that it was probably whoever this is lying face down in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at the side of the water, you do see some, looks like, as you're looking at it, it looks like fingerprints where someone's just been on the side of the water bank, and it's like that on the mud.
And being dragged backwards, like trying to crawl his way
No,
out,
not particularly, just like that, as if they were perhaps peeking over to take a look.
Peeking out of the water to take a look. Okay.
Yeah, but not dragged in any way.
Right. Okay.
You guys doing anything else? Are you gonna? You don't see anything else with that.
Would this be classed as tracking?
Yep. Tracking. I class it as tracking if you wanted to.
Because I'm just looking at my natural explorer feature. When I'm in my favourite terrain, or tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Okay, so is that an automatic thing?
Automatic, yeah.
Okay.
When I'm in my favourite terrain.
I apologise. In that case, as you're looking up and down this water bank on this lake, you notice that obviously you're in one of these magically guarded glades and lakes, areas that Fae like to, if they're not going to be in fairy themselves, they will
create these. Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks though it's like fairy away from fairy.
Yeah, it's like a little pocket-ish.
Pocket fairy,
pocket fairy, if Polly Pocket. And you know that there is a Selkie here.
Oh, okay.
There is a Selkie here, and they.
Do I know what Selkies are?
Yeah. So, yeah, you would know because as a ranger, you know, and I believe Fae are one of your.
Yep.
Yeah. So, there is a Selkie here somewhere in the lake, and you know that from the look of the water bank and what you're seeing in terms of their habitat and things like that, there's probably only one.
Okay.
Selkies aren't super dangerous. They can be. They could drag you down into the water and hold you down because they can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
But like it's
more liable to be somebody's pet here, is it?
No, a Selkie's a full person, like a person.
Right, okay.
It's usually a woman. They're usually female. They are just water fae.
Right, okay.
They have seal skins. They're usually in the ocean, but you know that it's not super unusual especially in nowadays where everything's a little bit more open and exposed and there's cameras everywhere and blah 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 blah. It's just easier for them to live in any body of water that's going to be hidden.
Okay.
You could potentially call out to see if anybody's here. Or you could demand that they show themselves, or
yeah, I'm quite okay with fairy. I must know some traditional fairy greetings. And
do you know Sylvan? Like, is Sylvan one of your languages?
I don't know. Where are your languages? Oh, they're over there. Sylvan, yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
Sorry, that could all carry on. I'm guessing it's his tracking skill. He knows about the Selkie.
Yeah.
Well, I did mention before that as I'm walking around, there's a European owl just sitting on my shoulder. Has been the whole time.
Oh right, okay.
You did mention that in way back. It's been so long since we've seen you.
A what?
An owl.
An owl.
Okay.
And I just turn my head to Remy and go, "Can you give us a flight round and see what you can see?"
Yeah. Ooh. He lifts off. His wingspan's huge.
Yeah.
He doesn't look that big until he opens his wings, flies off, and does sort of like that aerial turn all over the lake. You may make me a perception check.
Yeah, in fairness, I'm going to plant my staff, so I'm solid, and then I'm going to be looking through his eyes here.
Yeah, I believe he can also give you advantage because he's your familiar.
Oh,
so,
well, and he's got perception checks that rely on sight. I think he gets as well.
Oh, yeah, as an owl, you would do. Yeah, I believe that's correct. So yeah, Liam.
Some fae greeting.
Yeah.
Some friendly fae, generic. We're friends. Hello, who's there?
Yeah, like the phrases that you know aren't the super like fancy hoity-toity, you know, the fae court ones.
Yeah.
Yours is you know the ones that are like see me friend, I will not harm you unless you intend me harm.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. It's a couple of strings long, and obviously, Darrell, you can understand this.
Yep.
I can as well, actually.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Sylvan. Yeah, because of the 15.
I've rolled with advantage, but because I've done that, I think it's not showing. For some reason, it's not coming through.
It popped up on D&D Beyond, but it didn't pop up in.
Yeah,
just let me know what it was.
24.
24. Yeah. So your bird's eye view, as you're looking through Remy's eyes, you can see this person in the water is a slender but sort of like adult-sized, not slight but just thin person in the water. They seem to be wearing a sort of mid-length coat or some kind of dark-coloured outfit. Their hair is dark and spread out by the water, and you can just see a glint of another piece of dark but foreign material where a face should be. You're not quite sure what it is from there. You do also see, as Remy, the grey shape in the water getting closer and closer to where Liam is currently standing back from the water's edge.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be in any danger. It doesn't seem to be coming very quickly, but more so curiously.
I'll just say, Liam, I think whoever you're talking to is on their way.
Yeah. It's literally 15 foot away. Right. You can point it out, And because of the angle you guys are at, Liam, you can see this now approaching, just a slight ripple in the water as it gets closer.
I will take a few paces forward so that I'm standing within, I think it's 10 feet of... Ideally, I want to make sure both Liam and Darrell are within 10 feet of me.
Yep. Very, very slowly and cautiously, a head pokes out of the water. It's about 10 foot away from the edge of the water, from the water's edge. So another foot, probably still 15, 20 foot away from you guys, if you guys keeping your distance. And you see a tuft of black hair, white greyish fur, and a weird nose up here. Another set of eyes with almost glowing white irises with no cornea, and just grey skin with almost like bloodshot lips. So as it pokes its head out the water, quite a feminine face. And she just looks at you.
Do you have a picture at all?
I do. It's got the name on it. You just have to forgive me.
Okay.
I'll put my bow down as well.
Yep.
I'm still holding my sword and shield, but I'm... Oh, cool picture.
And she's looking at you in the water. You can, in fact, actually roll. You can. Anybody that wants to roll me insight or persuasion or whatever it is that you're going to do, just describe what it is you do and then roll for it.
What do you mean?
So if you want to talk to this person, obviously roll me persuasion to get them to come forward, or insight to see what their intentions are.
To be honest, I'm letting Liam take the lead, as he called that to her originally.
I'm gonna walk over to her.
Okay.
Bow's on the floor behind me.
Yep.
You
put it down and you go over to her.
Yeah. Hi. Who are you? Do you live here?
She kind of stares at you for a moment and then says,
I'm Liam. I'm Larry. I'm
Liam.
I'm Liam O'Brien. Do you live here?
Yes, I'm. This is my lake.
Oh.
What are you?
Oh, what happened here then?
She says.
Dear, he looks a bit. He looks a bit bad.
She looks over to the body and she goes, he didn't seem very well. He ran into the water. And then he was fighting with it. It wasn't me. And she kind of drifts away a little bit.
It's okay, lass. I believe you.
I shall interrupt at this point and say, could you bring his body to the shore so that we can examine him? We're looking
Make me
for
persuasion check.
Yeah.
Yep. Make me persuasion check. You can continue what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah. So let me just roll that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit crap.
How long ago?
Since, and she looks up at the sky. Perhaps half a cycle. Darrell, half a cycle is probably about 3 hours, 4 hours.
I should just.
Was there anyone else with him?
I didn't see anybody. I think that there was something wrong, and she kind of looks between you and Baron.
Does she bring the body over? Because
she's gonna sort of dip down, and it seems like she's just left. And then a couple of seconds later, you see the body slowly drifting closer to you guys. Obviously, she's underneath it, pulling it along.
Well, I shall sling my shield over my back, and then with my my left hand just grasp the top of the body when it gets close and drag it out.
You see that she by the time it gets close to the shore, she pushed it the rest of the way and still staying a distance from you.
I shall explain a bit further and say, we are hunting an evil man. I wish to determine if this is him or a victim of his.
I don't know if he was evil, but he wasn't well. He got in the water and was fighting with it. I think I couldn't do anything. He was very scary. And make me a investigation check for this body. In fact, no, you don't need to make me an investigation check. You flip this guy over. You can see that he's wearing the mask. It's this guy, the guy that you.
So he's certainly wearing, because obviously I didn't see his face. He's got the
yeah.
mask on. He's got a similar build, and he's got
Yep.
the similar clothes. Same clothes.
Same clothes. Exactly same clothes. Seems to be the same build. Anybody that wants to make a medicine check on this guy, you may do, and just tell me what you do regarding the investigation of the body. You don't need to roll me investigation. That was a bit arbitrary. Body, as we know her because of the picture, the Selkie goes over and seems to be sort of like edging a little bit further towards Liam, and she'll have a conversation with you. She's very softly spoken, a little bit stilted. She doesn't talk. She's speaking common, and it's obviously not her first language. And
sorry, it's common English.
Common, yeah, English.
Okay, just
yeah, I'm just used to saying common.
No. Sorry, I'm just checking that.
Yeah.
Right. And sorry, I've investigated. I've looked at the body for causes of death.
Yep.
And I've rolled a 20 on my medicine.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay. I'll tell you what you see in a minute. And actually, Darrell, can you roll me a what would it be? A history check. So nice. Okay. She comes over to you, Liam, and she explains that she didn't see anybody else. Her name's Bonnie. This is her lake. She's not allowed to live. Well, not that she's not allowed to live in Ferry anymore. It's just that there's no. It's too dangerous at the moment.
What do you mean?
So you know that there seems to be always constant fights for survival, especially in the wildling areas of Fairy. So creatures that are not as strong or cunning tend to get pushed out.
Has that always been the case, or is it more so recently?
More so in the past couple of decades.
Right.
But there does seem to be a recent spike in it, in seeing these displaced fae. So yeah, and she'll sort of chat with you if you want to chat with her. Baron, you look this guy over. You take the mask off.
Before I take the mask, sorry, I'm going to take the mask off. I'm also just checking to see what other things, because I think he certainly had a rapier. Is that present?
Yeah. Yes, he did have a rapier. Yes, that is present.
He was wearing some armor, wasn't he, as well?
God, was he wearing armor? Let's say yes, because it's not super important. It's just going to be like normal armor. You see that on one of his hands, he does have a ring. It looks well carved, well designed, and likely magical in nature. You suspect that maybe this is the thing that was
blocking him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll remove his mask and look at his face.
Okay.
Sorry,
You remove his mask.
Just to be clear, I'm going to pull him sort of 15, 20 feet away
Yeah,
from the lake.
I'd assumed that you'd pulled him out of the water completely.
Yeah, but also and a bit of a distance away from the lake.
The Selkie.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. so you pull him away from the lake. You pull the mask off, and the mask is very well made. Doesn't look like it should fit his face properly. Obviously, it was very comfortably on his face, but it's just a little bit too large.
What's it made of? Is it metal? Is it cloth?
Yes, so it's seems to be like it looks like metal. When you pick it up, it's really light, very light, quite thin as well, like a precious metal. But you're not quite sure what it is. What it's made of without doing more checks and things like that. You start looking this guy over, seeing what it was. He has no marks on him in terms of claw marks or strangulation marks. Nothing.
So just to be very clear, how many days ago did I fight him?
This was a week and a half ago.
And all those wounds are now healed.
Yeah, because of I suppose there is a week and a half ago's worth of claw marks and things like that, because of the nature of how a long rest will heal you. All of that damage is what I mean. Is there's nothing recent.
Yeah.
To explain his death right now, except when you look at his hand, on his thumb and forefinger, on his right hand, there's 2 puncture marks. It's the only thing that is new about this body that is fresh today.
Okay.
Darrell, are you standing by watching him look over the body?
Yeah, I'll probably be looking at that rather than Liam and the Selkie, yeah.
Okay. So, as Beren has taken off this guy's mask, you recognise this guy.
Uh-oh.
This is
Your brother.
It's you. This guy, and you try and think back, and with your 15 history check, you remember, I think it's something like Devon or Devlin, something like that. He's got a D name with a V in it, definitely. He's a half elf, and he's got pale skin, and it's slightly mottled, with that dark hair, and the slightly dark ring round the eyes. He's an unseelie half-fae. And you recognize him, and you had an interaction with him a long time ago. You were kids. And the only thing you can remember is that one day you were in an orchard and you went to talk to him, and he told you in no uncertain terms to go away, mongrel.
And one half elf to another. Okay.
The irony is there. So he that's all you know about this guy, and with that history check, that's all you can remember.
Okay.
Beren.
Sorry, couple of questions. Can I see he's a half elf?
Yes. You can tell after sort of like moving his head from side to side. The mottled skin is it's almost where he's so pale, and the mottling is sort of like a purple, almost to black colour. It looks almost like a marble effect across his face. His ears are slightly pointed. His face is very sleek, and although he's obviously older, like in terms of not a child or a teenager, he doesn't have any facial hair. So clearly fae, but not 100%.
Okay. Right, I was going to do something else. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yep. Because to be honest, wrapping up the scene, you've kind of found it.
Well,
you guys tell me what you want to do.
Okay.
I was just chatting to Bonnie's saying that understand how it's really shit that you can't go back to Fairy.
It's fucking shit, mate.
You'll never be able to go back. That this is the end of it, really. You're stuck here now.
Wow. Fucking hell. Do you really say that to her? Jesus Christ.
Not like as bluntly as that. But
okay, yeah, but just sort of like sympathising rather than.
He's got a pessimistic outlook, so he'll.
Fair enough.
Shocker. Where did you get that from?
Yeah, I know, right?
I rolled it randomly, actually. Fucker.
Fair. Okay.
I'm going to turn to Darrell and say, you seem to practice the arcane arts. Can you determine if any of his gear is magical? I suspect the ring, possibly his rapier, and also the mask. But there may be others as well.
I'll cast Detect Magic. I don't think I'm worried about spell slots, so I won't do it. It's a ritual. I'll just cast it.
Yeah. You do Detect Magic. Many things pop up all around yourself, obviously. This guy talking to the Selkie seems to have a couple of magic items on him. So does this other guy, Baron. In fact, his whole coat is shining. And you look down at the body and the mask pings as magical.
Yep.
The ring pings as magical. The rapier does not. It's just a nicely carved, ornate rapier, but it's not magical. And I believe, that's it. Yeah.
I think you intimated that the ring might be the thing that stops us scrying. I was assuming it might have been the fact that where we are in this.
Yeah, potentially. If you've got an identify spell or anything like that, or if not, you can make me Arcana, but it would be quite high for Arcana without the identify spell.
Why wouldn't I take an identify? Actually, there's some spells. There you go. Or maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. There you go. Bloody hell.
Wizard are you without identify?
Sorry? You don't need
What kind of wizard are you without identify?
Oh, yeah, but there's no farm involved.
It's true. Could be.
Oh,
He's gone.
that's me crashed.
Oh, is it? I thought it was me.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, she's back.
You're back, me.
Okay.
I crashed.
Oh yeah, my internet connection is unstable. Thanks for telling me that now. Now, I said just before I obviously crashed. Oh crap! What did I say? Oh no. Oh, you can make an Arcana check if you want to, or you can just wait to see what the. You know that these items and the body, depending on what you're going to do with them, are likely to be taken into evidence.
I'll make the Arcana check anyway, just because I'm curious.
Why not? Why not? Unfortunately, I think you could tell that the ring is the likely source of the. Can't scry the specific location. It's not this bubble thing. You have no idea what the mask does.
Is there a scabbard for the rapier?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I shall put it back in its scabbard and then I shall put it inside my coat.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You are free to what do you do after this? Are you just going to take? You don't have to tell me exactly what it is. Just say roughly. I'm going
to thank Bonnie. For bringing the body to us, save us getting wet, and then we will remove it from her home. And then I shall.
He seems pleased with that.
I shall put my shield away.
Yeah.
Probably still keep my sword out in case there is something else in this woods because something killed him. I shall point out to the other two, by the way, to Liam and Darrell, these punch moves. It was a thumb and a finger, wasn't it?
Yeah, on his thumb and on his forefinger, on the same hand.
Any idea what could kill by doing that? And sorry, I got a decent medicine check. Had he been poisoned?
Yeah, hang on. I think 20's high enough. Yeah, he's been poisoned.
Are the marks the same size on the thumb and forefinger?
Yeah, roughly the same size.
Can you tell what made them? Is it
that would be
puncture marks. Are they?
They puncture the skin for sure.
Right.
That to determine what did it and what could potentially do it, that would probably be either another medicine check or a nature check. Yeah, a nature check. So either or. If anybody wants to do that, except Baron, you've already made your medicine check.
Yeah,
I'll try it, but I'm not. It's not my forte at all.
Yeah.
But it does use wisdom, so I get what? Because I'm not trained in it, I don't get my proficiency on it. That's right.
Yeah. No, you haven't got a clue.
Right.
Tiny vampires, man.
So,
well, I was thinking.
Bite.
I'm thinking snake. Is thing, but...
So I will sling the body over my shoulder and then carry him back and deposit the body. With.
Did you say you took the mask, Andy?
No, we're going to. No, I've taken the rapier, which I'm magic.
The rapier.
Yeah. I was going to give the mask and the ring. Darrell, I'm assuming. I'm seeing Darrell has said that those are magical.
I'll keep hold of them unless anyone wants.
The ring. We should give the ring and the mask dispense.
We will do. When we get there.
The Mage's Council is going to want it all, even that rapier. You're not going to keep it.
Yeah, a bit tight like that.
Yeah, they're bound to want it all. Won't get anything out of this.
Well, I know. I know that we could get a decent amount of money for such a fine antique weapon.
Yeah, sure, but they won't let you keep it. They just won't. You know they won't.
And you guys walk back. At some point past the threshold of the magical bubble that encapsulates Bonnie's little domain.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to send a message to Spence with the phone, whether it's by phone or like phoning him or texting him or calling him or whatever. He is incredibly pleased that it was one of his teams that obviously found them and not one of the other shield groups who are obviously highly trained for this. So he's very happy. And after making your way back to the scout hut as imagined, you are met by other mages who have teleported into the location and take ownership of the evidence and things like that. Do you release any information other than how you found, like what do you tell them and how much, like, you all individually know things potentially about the situation?
I shall tell him that it appears to have been killed by a poisonous bite to the hand. It was found in the lake of some kind of fey creature.
Silky.
Liam says it's a silky. Okay, I didn't know that. And that it's she reported he seemed to be fighting something in the water.
Okay.
Darrell noted two magical items, which is the mask and the mask and the ring.
They asked for the location of where this lake is, this southeastern like little bubble area is.
I shall give it to them.
You took a location, didn't you? Anyway.
Well, I would have actually probably after we came out.
Yeah, that's absolutely valid.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it.
Couldn't get it when you were in there. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, they seem happy with the information you've given. And if anybody wants to make me an inside check as to their response, you can do it. You don't have to. It's absolutely fine if you just want to move on to the next scene.
I completely forget to give them the rapier.
Forget, huh? Okay, cool.
Sorry, not was it insight? It was insight, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I haven't
insight.
noted anything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I'm just blasé to the whole bunch. It's
Oh, okay.
22.
You notice.
I don't mention the rapier either.
No. When they mention the little pocket realm that Bonnie's in the lake, you can see that a couple of the members of the Shield, the mages, are interested. That seems to be news to them that a Fae was living out there, and they're very interested in knowing exactly where that is.
Would they? What from that insight and my knowledge? What would they do? They wouldn't. Or would they go?
So you know that
would they want to get rid of it or just kind of control it?
They would likely seize Bonnie and either take her back to Fairy, or there would be some kind of hearing as to see where she's put. She can't stay there, not without permission. Sadly, so.
Oops.
But yeah.
Did everything. Them's the breaks.
Them's the breaks.
Exactly. Bound to happen.
I made a point of not telling them that I recognised.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Who it
that's
was.
Fine.
Well, you haven't told us, I assume either.
No,
so,
sorry, no.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't mention it either.
And outside of this, I probably want to try and get in touch with Sir Francis, just to see if there's any rumours or about Devlin in particular.
Yep. That's very interesting, actually. When do you do this?
I don't know how quickly I could get hold of him, because there'll be some sort of
delay, for sure,
process for me contacting him, and I won't be doing it a lot, so it's not like he's expecting it. So it might be 2 or 3 days if there's that much time between now and whenever we do the next thing.
So there is we are reaching the end of this. Well, this is it. This is the end of the scene. You send off your message to Sir Francis. You don't seem to get a reply. And we are skipped forward by 6 months from that point. To the point where you all magically found at session 0 a leaflet inviting you to a place. And so this is where we're going to end this half. And we will come back into it.
Okay, so I shall stop the recording now.
Yep, bye!
Bye, back shortly.
Right.
In another episode anyway. It won't be shortly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.